A 95-pound black German Shepherd that everyone called a wolf was 9 hours from being put down. 312 families had walked past his kennel in 14 months. Not one stopped. But when a veterinarian knelt on his cold concrete floor and placed a stethoscope to his chest, what she discovered made her hands shake, and it changed everything. A 95-pound black German Shepherd with fur like a shadow and eyes like burning amber was scheduled to die at 6 a.m. on a Friday morning. Not because he was sick, not because he was aggressive, because he looked like a wolf. And in 14 months, not a single person had been brave enough to walk him out of that shelter alive. His name was Koda, and he had less than 9 hours left. But what a young veterinarian discovered when she knelt in front of his cage that Thursday evening would unravel everything the shelter had written in his file, everything they believed about him, everything they thought they knew. And it started with one detail that made her hands shake. Koda arrived at the county shelter on a cold January night. Someone had tied him to the front gate with a frayed rope and disappeared. No note, no name, no explanation. Just a massive black dog sitting in the rain waiting for someone who was never coming back. The intake report read like a warning label: large, unresponsive to commands, wolf-like appearance, not suitable for families. 3 words sealed his fate before anyone even tried: not suitable for adoption. Over the next 14 months, 312 families walked through that shelter. Some came for puppies, some came for golden retrievers with soft eyes and wagging tails. A few glanced at Koda's kennel. Most crossed to the other side of the hallway. One woman pulled her child closer and whispered, "That one looks dangerous." Koda stopped reacting after month 4. He wouldn't eat unless the room was empty. He wouldn't look up when footsteps passed. He pressed himself into the far corner of his concrete cell and stared at the wall like he was trying to disappear into it. The shelter staff weren't cruel. They were overwhelmed. 63 dogs, 12 kennels, and a black wolf dog that nobody wanted was taking up space they desperately needed. So they made the call: euthanasia. Friday, 6 a.m. Koda's name went on the list on a Tuesday. He had 72 hours. Dr. Claire Hadley wasn't supposed to be at that shelter on Thursday night. She was filling in for a colleague, doing routine health checks on new intakes. Simple job, quick visit, in and out. But when she walked past Kennel 9, she stopped. Not because of Koda's size, though he was massive. Not because of his black fur that absorbed the fluorescent light like a void. She stopped because of what she saw in his eyes. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. No fear, no aggression, no hope, just emptiness. In 7 years of veterinary work, Claire had seen abused dogs, feral dogs, dogs pulled from fighting rings with scars covering every inch of their bodies, but she had never seen a dog who had simply stopped existing while still breathing. She knelt down. "Hey, big guy." Koda didn't move, didn't blink. She read his chart: scheduled euthanasia, Friday morning, less than 9 hours away. Her stomach dropped. "I see you still haven't subscribed. That honestly breaks my heart. Hit that subscribe button now. Trust me, you need to see what happens next." Claire opened the kennel door. Every protocol said she shouldn't. Every rule said wait for a handler. But something told her this dog wasn't dangerous. This dog was done. She sat on the cold concrete floor inside his kennel. Koda didn't growl, didn't flinch. He just watched her with those hollow amber eyes, like he was wondering why she was wasting her time. Then Claire did something she'd done 1,000 times before. She placed her stethoscope against his chest, and that's when everything changed. His heart rate was 40 beats per minute. Normal for a resting large breed dog is 60 to 100. 40 meant one of 2 things. Either his heart was failing, or this dog had shut down so completely that his body was following his mind into surrender. She moved her hand to his ribs. He was underweight, not starving, but fading, slowly, deliberately fading, like he had decided that if the world didn't want him, he would simply make himself smaller until he vanished. Claire's hands were shaking now, not from fear, from anger. "You're not aggressive," she whispered. "You're grieving."
And then Koda did something that the shelter staff said they had never seen, not once in 14 months. He turned his head, slowly, and he looked directly into her eyes, not through her, not past her, at her. And for the briefest moment, his tail twitched. Not a wag, not even close, just a tiny involuntary tremor, like somewhere deep inside that shut-down body, something remembered what hope felt like. Stories like this are exactly why moments like these deserve to be seen. Claire pulled out her phone and called the shelter director. "I'm taking Kennel 9. Koda? Claire, he's on tomorrow's list. The paperwork is already... I'm taking him tonight." Silence on the other end, then a long exhale. "You have until midnight." At 11:47 p.m., Claire loaded a 95-pound black German Shepherd into the back of her car. Koda didn't resist. He didn't wag his tail either. He just stood on the back seat and stared out the window at the shelter getting smaller in the distance. Claire glanced at the rearview mirror once. His amber eyes caught the streetlights, and for half a second, they didn't look empty anymore. The first week, Koda slept 18 hours a day. His body was recovering from 14 months of concrete floors and fluorescent lights. Claire didn't push him. She just existed near him, quietly, patiently. Day 9 was the breakthrough. Claire was sitting on her living room floor reviewing patient files when she felt something warm press against her knee. Koda had walked across the room and leaned his entire 95 pounds into her side. His tail moved, just once, just barely, but it moved. By month 2, Koda was unrecognizable. His black coat gleamed like obsidian. He had gained 11 pounds of healthy muscle. He followed Claire from room to room, not out of anxiety, but out of choice. He slept at the foot of her bed every night, with his nose pointed toward the door, guarding her, protecting her, choosing her. The same dog the world called a wolf, the same dog 312 families walked past, the same dog who was 9 hours from death. He didn't need someone to fix him, he needed someone to sit on a cold floor and say, "I see you." Some people walk past the dark kennels looking for something easy, something golden and simple and safe. But sometimes the one who needs you most is the one sitting in the shadows, pressed against the wall, waiting to be seen. If you think Koda was broken, you're wrong. He was just waiting. The question is, would you have walked past Kennel 9, or would you have sat down on that cold floor? Tell me in the comments.